We have here Mr. John Baumgart, and he has been gracious enough to grant in 5 and 5 interview for the George Mallis Library. And we'll begin. First question, when did you become a VAMer?
I started collecting VAMs around the time the Top 100 book came out, a little bit earlier than that. I had some cheat sheets from Jeff Oxman and Terry Armstrong as to what the in-demand varieties were. Didn't have tons of money to spend on coins at the time, so VAMs were a cheap way to buy some interesting stuff because it was the silver dollar. You could get a nice uncirculated silver dollar for $30 and for a lot of common dates, and even less than that. Pick through junk boxes for $10. So I started collecting Morgan dollar varieties about 95, 96.
Okay, and what was the cause of your becoming a VAMer?
Well, I started seeing. I went through some of my coins that I had in my collection. I already had some silver dollars, and I had acquired the second edition VAM book just because someone was selling a bunch of books at an auction, and there was that and a few other ones in it. And so I had some time when I pick up this book, go through it, and say, "This is kind of neat. Let's see if I can find any stuff on my coins I had." And I pulled out a kind of ratty uncirculated 1891 P, I think it was, and found a double ear VAM 2, and I was like, "This is cool." And I wanted to see what other ones I could find, and there was a bunch of them that were hard to attribute because of the dates that were 81S or 80S, the ones that I still don't like attributing. And then let's see, I think I got in contact with Jeff, or no, it was Terry Armstrong and or Mike Fay, I think, around that time, and they got me in contact with Jeff and the SSDC, which was basically his thing. Mm-hmm. And he ran auctions periodically, where through the mail bid auction, mail you a catalog, you mail in the bids, and he had stuff that he would sell that way, and it just became more interesting, and I just kept acquiring coins that way, and got more interested in VAMs, more interested in VAMs. And that's pretty much how I became more active in it.
Oh, okay. What is your favorite VAM memory?
There's a lot. I've been doing this long enough. I've got a lot of favorite memories. If I want to stick to something, which is like my favorite cherry picking episode, it's kind of an interesting one. It was probably still in the late '90s. I was out running some errands, buying dog food or lumber or something, and I'd drive past a strip mall that had a coin shop that had moved from one location to another, and I knew they'd pretty much become sports cards and Beanie Babies at the time, and the guy that bought it from the actual coin dealer was kind of a putz, and then it got moved and sold, and I had never been there, and I said, I'll stop in here and see what they have, and I go in there, and there's jerseys and Beanie Babies and crap all over the place, and they had one of these little the cases where you push the button and then rotates the trays,
yeah.
And then there's a little tray of Morgan dollars, and there's maybe 20 coins on it, so I pull these out, and he pulls them out, and I take a look at them, and I know he wanted me to buy a hockey jersey instead, but looking at 1887 I asked him for, do you have magnifying glass I can borrow, and so he gives me a little 5X I take a look at, it's 7/6, and I'm looking at this coin, and it's a nice uncirculated coin, and he wanted $35 for it, and I was ill-prepared to spend $35 in cash on a coin at the time because I was out buying other stuff and using a credit card for this. So I said, I gotta go get some cash. Can you hang on? I'll give you a credit card. I'll just give you cash for this, and hold it for me back in half hour. So I went and found an ATM.
Hurry up!
Plunked down my $35 and went home with 1887/60, which is now in a PCGS 3 holder.
Excellent.
So that's one of my favorite stories.
Oh, okay. What is your favorite VAM?
Favorite VAM? I think the ones I like are the wildly repunched or misplaced dates. I think those are really cool. The date starts off nowhere near where it's supposed to be. I mean, you got all these the date identicals, all those things. If they're test punches or test punches, whatever, but I still think they're pretty cool. Like stuff like that, the 82cc VAM 2, the 82 VAM 24, the 96 VAM 19, which was the first misplaced date that was identified as
Right.
one. That was, I thought that was really cool. Of course, now there's a lot more. They're more interesting than that.
Yeah.
Then the 96 OVAM 19. Actually, that's another good story.
Yeah.
If you want me to tell that
Absolutely.
one too.
Please feel free.
So I'm looking through the van book, and I see this. This. I had some 96Ps that had some pretty neat repunching on it, and I'm thinking, were they really bad at punching dates in 96? Because they had this bad repunching. They had the date and the identicals. And I looked at the 96 OVAM 1A picture, and at one time, I think either Bill Fever or Walter Green had called it a 6/4. Because in the 6 there was like this vertical bar in there that was kind of fuzzy. And someone called it, so-called 6/4, which was debunked. But I went, this could be a repunched date, because this is sort of the same shape here. And look, there's something in the 9 too, and I think that was all that was pictured in the van book, maybe the 9 and the 6, or the 6 or something. And so I went on a quest to go find this coin and figure out what it really was. And so I went to, there was a local club show, one of these Sunday club shows where everybody that has the same material week after week shows up and sets up and stands there and doesn't sell anything.
Right.
And so I decided to go to one of these shows, and so I'm going to go look for this coin. And general rule of thumb is, unless you're looking for a 91cc Spitting Eagle, if you go to a coin show looking for a specific VAM, you're not going to find it.
You'll never find it, right?
So I go to this little club show, say, I'm going to look for this 96.0 VAM 1A so I can figure out what it is. I get to the show, within 20 minutes I find it, an AU. I find it's like an AU55 coin, and I paid $90 for it probably, and this is cool. I came to the show and I found exactly
what I was looking for.
And this was already, after VAMs had taken off in popularity, it was starting to become harder to find them. But no one was looking for that one. So I bought that one. I took a look at it, took some pictures and stuff, and I sent to Leroy the note. Says, I think this is a repunched date. Take a look at the curvature of the 6, and there's also this line that goes by the 8 that looks like it's the underside of the 8. And he said, yeah, sure enough, it is. Overlays work out. So we reclassified it from 1A to VAM 19. Shortly after, the same thing with the 96P VAM 1A became a VAM 20.
Right.
But that was that's why these repunch dates are the ones that I kind of like. Because it's kind of cool what they screw up with the coins.
Excellent. What advice do you have for VAMers?
Have fun. Do not attempt to make money. If you make money, that's fun, but if you go out trying to make money, you'll burn out, you won't enjoy yourself, you'll not appreciate the hobby. The hobby's supposed to be fun, and that's why you're doing this.
Keep it a hobby.
You also don't attempt to jump into the deep end. Learn the basics. Learn how to attribute coins that are simple to attribute. The Top 100 book was written for a reason. It was written for to just focus people on things that would be easy to pick up on. Get yourself into it slowly, because there's an awful lot of information out there. It can be really confusing. There's a lot of ways to collect VAMs, and if you think what someone is doing is really cool, follow in their footsteps. But you got lay the groundwork so that you can do that effectively. Become a well-rounded numismatist. Learn how to grade. Learn how to detect counterfeit coins. Learn how to detect clean coins. All that stuff will really help you enjoy collecting VAMs more.
Excellent, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks. You're welcome.